The Fisherman and the Dragon by Kirk Wallace Johnson is a book that I highly recommend you check out. I just finished it myself. It's about the clash between fishermen who, in many cases, had fished the bays of the Texas Gulf Coast for generations, and the more recently arrived immigrants from Vietnam who had fled persecution in their own country due to the Vietnam War and were looking for a way to support their own families. The fishermen had not been able to make as much money from the bays as they had been historically, and a large part of this was because of environmental destruction wrought on the bays from things like oil spills and pesticides and irresponsible actions from some of the petrochemical companies that had set up in the area. And unfortunately, when things go badly, sometimes blame is not placed where it should be, and many of the fishermen wound up blaming the more recent immigrants for this lack of ability to make their money as they had been able to do from the bays historically. And so this led to some violent clashes, and it led to, the Texas Klan coming into the area, and it's just fascinating to me because a lot of this happened when I was a kid, and in and around where I grew up in Pasadena, Texas, and I had no clue at all that this was happening. I read part of this book while I was on the plane with my mom, and I kept asking her, "Do you remember this? And did you know this?" And then I made my dad read the book, and even though he wasn't quite as enthusiastic about it as I was, it sparked a couple of conversations with us as well. So if you're at all interested in Texas history or local history, I highly recommend that you check this book out. Some of the action is still going on in the courts today, at least as recently as 2021. So definitely check out The Fisherman and the Dragon by Kirk Wallace